used Saquon Barkley tonight. We had just given him the ball. That would have been much better than the guys who had the ball for our team.
Geno, just your thoughts on the second half after
Lackluster?
Yeah.
Is that the word you were looking for?
Yeah, I think so.
Morgan Valley said she knew this was coming because when you come back from a trip, it's not the same, but I remember a bunch of years ago we went to Hawaii for Thanksgiving, and we came back from Hawaii and we played at Holy Cross, and it's always a bad jet lag, bad everything when you come back, and we had won the tournament out there, and we came back, we played at Holy Cross, and we came home. I think I threw 3 kids off the team. I mean, it was only for a day, but it's just really, really hard to get back into the rhythm of things. But my biggest takeaway is that nothing surprised me because in all the games that we played so far this year, we've looked really, really good, regardless of who the opponent is, and we've looked not so good, regardless of who the opponent is. So, you can chalk that up to we have a lot of new guys that haven't played, don't understand, what it's all about yet, still learning, still growing, still trying to figure things out. But we also have a freshman that doesn't have any problem figuring things out. So, on to New York.
You mentioned newcomers, and you said yesterday that the priority was to get everybody to get more reps and more minutes. Were you happy with how many minutes the freshman got and the freshman not named Sarah and just all the newcomers?
Yeah, I mean, when going into the game, we had a couple things that we wanted to, accomplish. I wanted to keep Sarah around 24 minutes, and I think we got close. Azzy's been battling some stomach issues yesterday, today, and it was a game time decision whether she was going to play at all. So we were monitoring her minutes really, really well and how she was. And then that did give a lot of others an opportunity to play more minutes maybe than they normally would have. And that third quarter, we had a lot of interesting combinations out there, and I thought for the most part they worked pretty well. And the same thing in the fourth quarter, So in every, it's Christmas time, right? So in every piece of coal, if you keep digging hard enough, you might find a Christmas ornament. You never know.
Is everyone now still on the team after this Holy Cross game?
What's that?
Is everyone still on the team
Yeah,
after
they are.
this game?
Well, we have a day off tomorrow, so some of them don't have time to fly home. They have to stay here. So, yeah, they'll all be here for Thursday's practice.
You said yesterday that this game was a chance for some players to earn some more minutes, earn some more respect. Anyone stand out to you in that regard?
I thought Morgan made a lot of good plays. I thought she made a lot of things happen out there. I thought after a slow start, I thought KK did some things in attacking mode that I want to see more of. I think those two, stood out. I think more than anybody, I would say.
Geno, back here. Is there a fine line between getting everybody some minutes and not getting enough people enough minutes?
Yeah. That's always my favorite. Every parent thinks their kid should play 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And they don't understand that if I take them out, I'm pissing off another parent to put somebody else in, because that's just the way it is from the time you're 11 to the time you stop playing basketball. Everybody wants more minutes. and there's only 200 of them to go around. And so you try to walk that fine line that you mentioned, Joe, where, your regulars, should I say, have to get a certain amount of minutes, but you also want to find out, kind of like that second unit, how will they do with more minutes? How will they do when it's not just, easy, when the game is still being somewhat decided. So in all that, we accomplished that, but it is a tough tough thing to handle, to manage perfectly, for sure.
Seemed like Caitlin found her offense today about as well as she has in any game so far. Just
Yeah.
how valuable is it to have her kind of starting to really get comfortable and hit that stride?
When she came here, she didn't come here with the reputation of being an above average 3-point shooter, I would say. And it surprised me. She spent a lot of time this summer working on it. Spent a lot of time. And I'm convinced that in order to be, a high level guard in today's world, actually in any position in today's world, you have to be at least a serviceable threat from the 3-point line. And I think she's done that, and today was a huge step forward. Because if we have AZ out there and we got Paige out there and we got Caitlin out there, there's only so many defenders to go around. So I think she's in a really, really good spot. Really good spot. But she's got great leadership qualities too, You can tell when she's on the floor, things are, there's a lot more communication going on. Some people's personality just doesn't lend itself to that. Hers does. She's a natural born leader.
AZ hasn't played a lot of basketball with most of the players on his team. Are you trying to pair her with certain players just to kind of get them used to playing with her? Is that a struggle to do that with their injuries and their illness and everything? Or
yeah, there's a lot of fine lines that we're walking here. It seems like you want to put Paige out there. You want to put AZ out there with as many other really good players, really good offensive players, so that it doesn't feel like we need her to score every time she touches the ball. But there's going to come a point in time when that's not going to be the case. There's going to be players out of the lineup, and she's going to be in there with some different combinations where she is the go-to person on the floor at that time. It's just that's not there right now. We don't want it to be there right now, but it's coming for sure. And it has to be the right combinations, for sure.
Sarah is just so steady, no matter what the game is, no matter what the score is. How rare is that to see a freshman only 7 games into their college career?
Very, very. There's usually a learning curve, and I'm sure that there will be some things that will pop up, in the next month. I remember Stewie had a November and a kind of mid-December blowout where she was just best player in the country until she wasn't, because things happen when you're a freshman. So Sarah has a really good outlook on the game. She seems to know what we need at what moment. You can see it, and when she gets comfortable, she thinks that any shot she takes is going in. So yeah, very rare, very rare, very rare. I'm a big Sarah Strong fan. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot that you don't see every day in practice that, Jamel has a couple gray hairs, but she has a couple more since Sarah got here. Thanks, guys. See you in New York. Who's going to New York? Oh, sure, because it's right down the street, and it's New York.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting more used to playing here and playing with the people around me. So definitely getting more comfortable.
What's it like just to have Sarah in practice, having to know that everybody's being available?
No,
No, it's great. I mean, compared to last year, we didn't have a lot. So honestly, just having her, Jana, all the guys still coming back, it's nice, and just building that chemistry, having energy. It's fun to have again. Yeah, more than one person.
What have you learned from her in these first few months?
She's very consistent. She's very humble, but aggressive at the same time. And she just is consistent. Does her thing daily. Whether that's knocking down open shots, getting and ones, being strong, like everything like that. She's definitely consistent, and that's really good too because she's a freshman. So that's shows a lot about her.
Right. Sarah, you kind of took over the game in the second quarter. What helps you keep your composure in moments like that when you sort of become the go-to player?
Definitely my teammates. I rely a lot on them. They make good passes, so I just make the shot. I'm sorry.
I guess following up on that, Sarah, what's just been the most difficult thing in adjusting to the college game so far?
Definitely the pace and the intensity and just expectations has been really tough.
What is it about the pace that's hard?
It's a lot faster. Like in high school, you don't really have to play defense, but in here, you gotta do every little thing perfect. So
Yeah, and Coach shows you worked on your three-point shot a lot this offseason. Just what did that look like for you, and how do you feel like that's translated to the start of this year?
I feel like I'm just getting more comfortable with it every game, and practices too. So just looking for that shot, being more confident in it.
Sarah, your three-point shot, you had a good day today. Seems like you've been knocking down a lot from three. Did you just settle in from behind the arc, or are you getting better shots? Just what's led to your increase from threes?
just shoot what's open. Pretty much try not to take bad shots and be confident.
For you guys, just what was the halftime message from coach after just, kind of a not so great first half and turning it around in the second?
He sort of just told us to pick up our intensity, fix our mindset, and I feel like we came out with a whole different mindset in the second half, and that's a mindset that we need to have going into every single game and every half that we play.
What is that mindset?
We all have to be locked in, focus on what we practiced, what we worked on, and just be ready to attack the other team. I felt like we came out sort of passive.
You guys had more fast break points in the first 2 minutes of the second half than you had the entire first half. How much did that help you guys kind of get the offense flowing a little bit?
I feel like it always starts with our defense. We came out with a lot more intensity in that second half. We got a lot of tips, a lot of steals, and that sort of just led to those transition baskets.
Just thoughts on heading to New York and playing at Barclays Center?
I mean, we're excited. We're playing Louisville, so that'll be a good game, good matchup. Coming off of this game, again, coach's message to us was, doesn't matter the opponent, being ready, stepping up, and, being locked in no matter who we're playing. So just building on what we did in the Bahamas here and just getting ready for that next game. And Paige was telling us in the locker room, December's going to be hard because we're playing better teams, and that's what we want, to be challenged. So just embracing that and getting ready for what's to come.